What's up everybody, Curtis here, and welcome back to Digibit Tech. So last week we took a look at a modernized classic console to play your NES games on. Well, this week we're going to take a look at something very similar, but very different. I'm talking about the Mega Retron HD from Hyperkin. But before I tear into this super sexy packaging, I want to take a second to thank this video sponsor, Game Junkies of Roanoke. They supplied me with this console for review, and if you've never heard of them before, you should check them out on Facebook. They have 2 locations in the Roanoke area. Not only do they have every kind of retro game and accessory you can think of, they have a lot of new stuff as well. Their super awesome staff will be sure to help you pick that perfect game to add to your collection, and you'll be able to find that link to their Facebook page down below in the video description. Now, what's in the box? So right off the bat, you're greeted with your brand new console. Also included in the package is your 10-foot USB power cable as well as the wall adapter that goes with it. You also have a set of AV cables and a 3-foot HDMI cable, both of which feel very nice quality. There is only one controller included with this package, and that is a Hyperkin Squire style controller. And last but not least, your owner's manual. Now let's take a closer look at why you would buy this package to begin with. The console. On the front, you're greeted with a blue reset button, as well as a very properly named Player 1 and Player 2 port for your controllers. On the bottom of the console, you have rubber grippy feet in each corner to keep your console planted on your battle station. Also included is a switch to go from NTSC to PAL. That's right, this system will not only play your Genesis games, but your Mega Drive games as well. On the top, you have your power button, as well as the cartridge slot. Also is a very nice Hyperkin logo that does illuminate blue when powered on. And then moving to the back side of the console, you have your USB power, and snuggled up next to that is your HDMI port. That's right, this console will play your classic games in 720p. Next to that is your AV output cables, just in case you want to rock it old school. And then beside that is your aspect ratio switch. You'll be able to choose between playing your games in 4:3 and 16:9. Next item I want to take a closer look at is the included controller. This comes with a 10-foot cable, so you don't have to sit directly in front of your TV to play your games. Also, it has a standard Sega Genesis Mega Drive connector. So if you have a couple old controllers laying around, you'll be able to plug them in and easily add your second player. Now, if you've never owned a Hyperkin controller before, this is about as good as it gets to the original. This is your standard 6-button layout and includes your up, down, left, right, ABC, Z, Y, X button, as well as your start. Also on the right hand corner is a mode button. Now I did get a chance to put this console through its paces, and I'm happy to report it was a super enjoyable experience. It was nice to be able to just hook it up to my monitor and not have to worry about adapters or converters or anything like that. It was just plug and play. Also, a really nice feature was that selectable aspect ratio, because if you're like me, you really like that nostalgic value of being able to play in 4:3. Also, while playing in 16:9, I am happy to report there wasn't any strange, bizarre stretching of the image. It was a little bit different, but it wasn't completely game breaking. Now, as fantastic to play as this console was, I did notice a couple flaws. The first and probably biggest is the cartridge slot connector. Now, the pins on this are extremely tight. Compared to the classic N, which was really tight to begin with, this I had to brute force rip out my cartridge. And quite honestly, I thought I broke something when I did. I can understand that these pins need to be tight because they do loosen up over time, but I feel like this was a bit on the excessive side. Also, there is that bit of cartridge wobble. Now, it's not bad going back, but there is a lot of frontwards wobble. Again, this isn't a huge concern. I feel like you're not really going to rip the connector out by pulling it forward or backward. If anything, you'll just rip it by pulling it straight out. Another gripe is the owner's manual. It's not really intuitive. It leaves a little bit to be questioned. If somebody doesn't quite understand what NTSC or PAL is, it doesn't really explain that super well. Also, it doesn't explain what this darn mode button means on the top of this controller. For the life of me, I could not figure out what this button means. I tried pressing it during gameplay, and quite honestly, I couldn't really tell you. So if you know, be sure to sound off in the comments and inform me, because this is like driving me nuts. But even with its flaws, this is still a really cool package. Now, some of you may be asking, well, who is this for? I would say this is primarily for the person that doesn't really want to have to deal with old consoles. Now, if you've ever bought anything off of Craigslist before, sometimes it can be a little sketchy. Not to mention that these consoles are just starting to die from old age. They've been around for a good long while. A lot of people just want to be able to play their games and not have to worry about their system breaking. Also, this is probably for the person who really wants to play their old games and they just want to be able to plug it in and play, and this package is exactly for them. You don't have to worry about any kind of AV to HDMI converters, which sometimes can be sketchy. It just works. And finally, to answer the age-old reviewer's question, should you buy this product? Absolutely. I feel like for the $45.99 that it costs, it's a great value. You get a good bit for your money. It was a fantastic experience from opening the box to plugging it in and playing it. It just worked so smoothly. All my games looked amazing, and quite honestly, you just can't argue with that. But with that all being said, thank you for making it to the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and turn on those notifications so you are always up to date with the latest and greatest Digibit Tech videos. Also, don't forget to hit me up on social media. I will put the tag right here at the bottom of the screen. And also, be sure to set your alarm for 7 p.m. every single Tuesday, because we are doing a live stream called Player Tuesday, where we'll be talking about retro video games, movies, a little bit about tech, and mainly just whatever randomness comes to mind. And I will see you all in the next video. See ya.